it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught. John Moran in the clutch. Oh, my word. Oh, my God. Deep to right field. Way up there. And way out of here.
Down the sideline, Jefferson. Another huge run. Jalen Red broke tackle, stayed on his feet.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Blake's Take with me, Blake Neiman, and what a weekend of football. Big matchups. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It was a wild card weekend, to say the least. After watching the games this weekend, I thought back to what Stephen A. Smith has said all season long about the Dallas Cowboys. Just wait. What can go wrong will go wrong. And that saying stood true as the Cowboys once again were looking to be America's team as they rose up near the top of the NFC ranks, won an NFC least title, and were on their way into the postseason with hopes of once again becoming Super Bowl champions. But as we all know, the Cowboys never failed to disappoint, and Sunday was no different as they collapsed in their wild card matchup against the San Francisco 49ers. The Cowboys came out the gate seeing yellow flags fly in the air and whistles sound through their ears as there were early penalties that plagued them from the start. With the offense being set back, the defense needed to make plays, which they did, getting stops and forcing turnovers. But it doesn't matter how good the Cowboys defense may play. They still find a way to mess it up, and the offense sure did. Not capitalizing on hardly any of those opportunities, especially a big fourth down stop late in the game that gave them an opportunity to put together a game-winning drive. The drive appeared to be promising as the Cowboys were marching down the field, but then with 14 seconds left in the game and no timeouts, Dak Prescott decided to keep the ball and gain a quick 17 yards and get a line for a last-second spike. But with the Cowboys and the referee scrambling around, they weren't able to stop the clock and thus were eliminated from this year's postseason after just the wild card round. America's team definitely did not live up to the expectations many fans had for them, and their hopes at another Super Bowl run are once again crushed for the 26th year in a row. Another team that didn't live up to their expectations were the New England Patriots, who got absolutely pummeled by the Buffalo Bills 47-17. The Bills posted their first perfect offensive game in NFL history, with them going an entire 60 minutes with no kicks, no punts, or turnovers. They also were the first team in NFL postseason history to score on their first 7 drives. Josh Allen had more touchdown passes than incompletions and was never sacked. They silenced anyone who thought this Patriot team had a championship-level defense. It is a good turnaround for the Pats who compared to last season, but now it is back to the drawing board for Bill Belichick for next season, who has his work cut out for them, considering his defense just allowed the most points in his coaching career, both as a head coach and defensive coordinator. There is optimism for the future of the Pats, but Saturday night, the Bills were just on another level. Another team that appears to be on another level is the team who the Bills will be squaring off against in the Kansas City Chiefs, who wiped Big Ben and the Steelers in likely the final game of his career. It appeared to be a passing of the torch moment as the future first ballot Hall of Famer, who is likely to follow in the footsteps in Patrick Mahomes, who is already well on his way to replicating Roethlisberger's success. Mahomes led his team to a blowout 42-21 victory over the Steelers. Similar to the way this season has gone, the Chiefs started off slow, falling behind 7-0 when T.J. Watt returned Darrell Williams' fumble 26 yards for a touchdown. But then they turned things around and scored on the 6 consecutive drives, making Arrowhead run out of fireworks with how many touchdowns they scored. The Chiefs have now appeared to be regaining their full form and are back to being one of the most lethal teams with some of the most dangerous weapons in the game. This isn't the same Chiefs team we saw lose to the Bills by 18 in Week 5. So Buffalo is definitely going to have to bring their A game, because when Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are clicking, they are like no team in the National Football League. But the man who has proven to exceed expectations time and time again and has separated himself as the longtime GOAT is none other than Tom Brady, who once again helped his team flip the switch come playoff time, leading his team to a 31-15 wildcard W over the Philadelphia Eagles. The real story of this game was this Bucs defense appearing to regain their championship form from last season, was shutting the league's most lethal rushing attack, holding the Eagles to just 95 yards on 17 total carries and forcing 3 turnovers, all while maintaining the shutout for a majority of the game. Like always, Brady was outstanding when it mattered most, completing 29 of his 37 throws for 271 yards and 2 touchdowns as him and the Bucs ran up the scoreboard with 31 unanswered points. The Eagles, well, they're the Eagles, so this was an expected showing for the Bucs. The real test now comes as they face a Los Angeles Rams team who already has beaten them and is coming off a huge win over their division rival Cardinals in a Monday night wildcard smackdown. The Rams, like the Bucs, had a dominant defensive showing, barely allowing the Cardinals to gain any positive yardage at all in the first half. They forced 4 straight 3-and-outs and then followed it up with 2 turnovers, one of which was a pick 6 after a Kyler Murray desperation huck up in the air. This outstanding showing by the defense allowed the offense to capitalize on every opportunity behind Matthew Stafford, who after all these years finally got his first career playoff victory. His leading target on the night was Odell Beckham Jr., who also got his first career playoff win on a night where he showed he still is a big-time playmaker in this league. With 4 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown, along with a 40-yard pass to Cam Akers that would ultimately set up yet another Rams touchdown. With the long throw and the long catch, Beckham became the first player in NFL postseason history to have a 30-yard reception and a 30-yard completion in the same game. If the Rams offense can continue to reward their defense for their efforts through these playmakers on offense, they will have a legitimate shot to take down the GOAT and the defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Overall, it was a fun, jam-packed wildcard weekend that brought the best and the worst in teams. We'll see how these teams bring it along with the 2 Conference 1 seeds in the mix come the divisional round. But I'm sure excited to see these matchups. We'll have the Titans and the Bengals. We'll have the Bills and the Chiefs. And we'll have the Packers and the 49ers. And then, of course, we'll have the Rams and the Bucs. It'll be a crazy quarterfinal games. And I'm so excited to see who comes out on top and what we will see come the conference championship games. It's been a wild postseason start. And we'll keep it rolling here on Blake's Take. Catch all of it and more on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and or YouTube. And I'll see you all in the next one. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed. And have a great day.